Happy Sunday. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast. In this podcast, we're going to touch on focal points of discussion about self-improvement and awareness. Each of our episodes will focus on various topics that we would discuss that we face every day through interviews, dialogue, storytelling, real life experiences about this journey we call life. Let's go ahead and get into it for episode 1. Let's talk about career development in regards to self-improvement and awareness. One thing that is important is following our dreams. Unfortunately, we are in a society where we focus on what others are doing, insecurities that we face, and it's important that we follow our dreams. I know for me, it seems to be easier said than done. It is a process, but that is one thing that will help your career choice is following those dreams. It doesn't come about based upon your age, but it comes about based upon experience and how you feel within your soul. Because the reality is, sometimes some things just don't feel right. It's important to know your skill. Many jobs outside of work from home test assessments. They give you assessments to see who you are as a person, how you would handle certain things. But it is important to acknowledge your self-assessment. For you to be aware of what you are good at, what assets you can bring to the company, and if you see longevity as a good fit in that company. That is, when you go to the interview, it starts in the beginning of the interactions with your supervisor, the energy that you get from your potential coworkers. Those play a part in your assessment skills. Know your value. Know what you will do and what you won't do. Stick with it. Knowing who you are is important to be career-driven and have the growth that is needed for success. I recently learned that I am a mid-shift kind of girl. I always knew that when I worked during the day, the concept was to start early, you end early. But for me, those days when I took time off, it was more of a mental break, not necessarily having to do errands. So during those times, I slept in. And I learned who I was as a person because when I slept in, I felt super relaxed during the evening hours. And I would wake up midday. So for me, I've learned that I'm a mid-shift person. That like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. type of shift. I am not a night owl or a morning person. So that shift works for me. I don't settle for the compensation that they offer, and I don't think you should as well. We know that saying that it is better to have a job than no job at all. But be aware of the lowballing compensation. They pay you $9 an hour, $10 an hour, minimum wage, because you are at the mercy of them because you need a job. And so they pay you low so they can obtain those funds where they get paid more or their business profits even greater. But sometimes when you make the low figure, it's almost like you don't have a job at all because you can't pay for anything at all. It is important to know that the only way I can improve is to do better. You have bills, you have groceries, you have gas. Do we need to go on? If you have a bachelor's or a high school diploma, find jobs that cater to that, not just a GED. No point intended for those who have that, because that is an accomplishment as well. Definitely congrats. But knowing your education level, it allows you to improve, to be able to create the career choice that's successful for you. Don't conform to what you need, but what you want and what you deserve, so you can put your best foot forward to make it the best career possible for you. Being self-aware of your experience and knowing that you can bring everything that you can to the table. Don't just create a resume to cater to the job because you will have to show and prove, but create an honest resume where you're not just talk, your actions. Get a career that would allow you to enhance your current skills and create new ones. This will stand out, and you personally and professionally will help you, as it can open doors that you wouldn't be able to imagine. It's definitely important to reevaluate your career choice. A career change is a major step, but if you're open to self-improvement, you'll be able to actively think thoroughly about your purpose on your job and what works for you in the long run. Don't settle. Settling gets you more idle than you ever think. Complacency is a hard pill to swallow. Actively sit down and get in your own space and think. Write the pros and cons of your job. This is from benefits, compensation, location, transportation, household needs, household size. Take all those things into consideration when you look for a career. Everyone wants to be a business owner, but one thing I can say about that is be one. Not one that still works for your business. You aren't a business owner. You're just a business with an EIN. A true business owner works for no one and sleeps and let that revenue keep coming in. Make money while you're sleeping. I have learned that I'm a leader. I'm a business-minded individual. A thinker. I can direct, I can guide, I can support, I can counsel. But running a business? No, I like making money while I'm sleeping kind of girl. Remember, it is important to be aware of who you are and your purpose. Self-improvement and awareness are the key to being successful. These pointers will help you improve in your career development. On our next episode, we'll talk about self-improvement and self-awareness in school by students, by staff, and parents. Until next time, thanks for listening.